The 2023 NACT fall season is defined as my fight, my moment. The whole reason behind all that is to say that with the whole theme of the fated match, the M4 Valley team has been disassembled and, kind of split into many different teams. And now, a lot of players actually received a lot of unnecessary hate. NACT fall season provides a platform, an opportunity for all of them, no matter who they are, a level playing field to prove who is the ultimate champion, who shall deserve the chance to really represent North America on the world stage. My fight, my moment. That's the reason behind it. And recently, we just finished the regular season stage 1 for the 2023 NACT fall season. And I gotta say, it's quite interesting what the end result is. TOB took a 3-1 dominating performance against BTK. Now, first of all, to be honest, I didn't expect the result. I thought it was going to be some different teams fighting in the grand finals. Obviously, TOB and BTK have the best chance of making it because they're the number 1, number 2 seed coming from the last season. However, I really thought other team had a better chance. But coming into the season, it still seems like the top teams are the top teams in North America. They definitely are really, really good. Now, why did TOB have a 3-1 domination against BTK? Right? We're going to go ahead and dissect that exact topic today. Very, very short video to show you some highlight clips. I think for BTK, some of the issues, core issues, still have not been resolved, and same for TOB. Yet, TOB issues are not as severe as BTK sometimes, and that's why when you see in the gameplay how it reflects, and what happens is Ohio Brothers took the advantage and capitalized on the BTK's mistake. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly jump into the first clip, the grand finals of the stage 1, the stage 1 final of the TOB versus BTK. Number 1 biggest mistake that BTK have to correct now is going to be playing a little bit of separated, towards the later game. The early to mid game, BTK is actually pretty tight together as a team, but towards the late game is when they start zoning out. When you start seeing more and more people start separating themselves, most knowingly are who? Zane, Chicken, probably Bodge. Even Bodge sometimes actually engage on his own without the permission of his team. And usually that causes a lot of trouble. And let's take a look at this clip right here. You can see right now that BTK have the huge advantage in game 1, right? They're above 5,000 gold advantage, 10 minutes in. That's 500 gold per minute. This kind of lead is really good in competitive scene, but yet Lord is pushing on bottom, and BTK sent 2 people top lane against 4 on the side of TOB. Now, do they expect TOB to have 4 people? It doesn't matter. What matters is why are you splitting 2 people here and then 3 people on the bottom side? That's what's deadly. And sure enough, let's take a look. Even though this engage was decent, 2 from Zane, but it doesn't matter. 2 versus 4, you're just not going to win that. And sure enough, Chicken quickly perished, and this Lord effect got greatly diminished. Just because of the fact that BTK split 2 versus 4. And this is something that I highly don't recommend people do, and because if you do that, you're going to be faced with dire consequences. Look at that. They could have turned that 5,000 gold lead into a 10,000 gold lead, but because of the mistake they did, which is a 2-3 split on minimap, they didn't really do much. In fact, the gold differential actually shrunk from 5,000 gold to mere 3,000 gold differential. And that's why you should never split like that in late game. You should always be at 4-1. Second clip right here, again, is BTK versus TOB. Let's take a look at this minimap right here, right? Look at Chicken. What I have a lot of hero, heroism, one of the Rambo style play from BTK, right? Look at that. What is with this 1v3 cutting through the enemy jungle type of play? And obviously give the Ohio brother quite a bit of advantage in the second game. And that's how it started. Yes, Chicken cut the lane, and it's supposed to have a little bit of leeway to roam, but it doesn't mean you just go into the enemy jungle 1v3, guns blazing. When you have no farm, no items, level 3. What is a level 3 Arlok gonna do in enemy jungle? So let's take a look at this right here. This is one of the scenarios where, again, BTK is split. And Zane, this time, is not by himself, but with Yato, 2 people here. On the minimap, another 2 people here, and a top 1-on-1. You will see Uranus will try to delay as much as he could And on the bottom side, TOB, look, it's instant 4v1, right? So even though Joy Botch got a hook, they don't have the damage because their team's not making it, and Melo now cutting those two off, making sure these two are not jumping to the team fight. So really, it's BTK full over 3 in this scenario, and once again, they have the number advantage. Not by how they set it up, it's really by how BTK made a mistake. That just split like that in the late game. And despite the ultimate coming out from Faramis, it just wasn't enough, and that secured a win for TOB in the second game. This is just the two of the, very, very interesting. You will see this frequently, by the way, from BTK's gameplay. It's very, very interesting how they like to do this over and over again. And then this is definitely something, if they want to continue, there's definitely something they have to correct. Now, with that being said, it doesn't mean that TOB doesn't have the mistake of their own, right? TOB, their biggest mistake is they like to zone out. Overall, we've seen TOB to be the most disciplined team in North America at this point, but they like to zone out sometimes. They like to make some rookie mistakes. And what do I mean by rookie mistakes? Let's take a look at this game, right? Here, that you have the number advantage. Chicken is on a minimap, right? Defending mid. So overall, this is a what? Minimum 5 versus 4, right? If not better, if other BTK members are not, for example, Yato, right? Hiding in the bush, you don't see him. You see everybody else. You see ISO, you see Zane, you see Bodge. So it's a 5 versus 3 or 5 versus 4. But either way, you're going to win this because of the number advantage. So instead of hammering onto this Lord, what TOB need to do is immediately use this Lord as a bait and engage onto the team fight and then straight up eliminate the entire team. But they didn't do that. What they did is they kept on forcing a Lord, I believe, right? Look, best player forcing a Lord, Zia forcing a Lord, and I believe in the end they actually lost it. Yeah, they're not getting it. So this is the thing that you should not make the mistake. When enemy jungler, enemy team's largely there, why are you going for a 50-50 split? A 50-50 chance of losing it. And why are you doing that? Yes, you have a Lancelot. You might have the better secure, right? Doesn't matter. It's still a chance. So instead of doing that, you should use the opportunity, use a Lord, use any objective, tower defense, tower push, whatever you want to call it, Lord Turtle, to use the opportunity to dive on an enemy team, knowing if you have the number advantage for sure. And that's exactly what TOB had in this game. So that's one time that they zoned out. And by the way, this happened twice in this entire series, and I didn't pull off every single game. This is another scenario where TOB completely zoned out. They're defending this Lord, right? They know that Botch has a flicker ult. It's been quite some time now if you go back to watch the game. That Botch, it's a Kaja. But instead, Hoon decided to walk up to the flicker range of Kaja and decided to just get hooked for free. Now, obviously, it turned out that the secret weapon of TOB is Zia this whole time. After a few seasons of accumulation of power, or should I just say slowly but surely accumulation of knowledge, experience, Zia has now ascended to the MVP of the week, MVP of the stage, should I say. Really played well. Doesn't mean that Hoon didn't make a mistake and he didn't zone out, right? Why is he in that position to go so far up, right? If anything, you should be best player being hooked, and best player is a character that can maybe survive a little bit longer because he's going tank in this game. He's still going tense a lot. But Hoon definitely cannot survive that. And yet he still, went into the flicker range of Joybotch and get hooked and died. So another opportunity, another scenario where he zoned out. Now, I do want to say that the secret weapon for Team TOB is Zia, right? And I'm going to show you some clips to prove why Zia is so good. You already seen the game. If you watch a live stream, you already seen what Zia did. 2-time lore steal. But I want to show you his positioning and how he played the game. Some of the highlights, because it's just so good. So here is clip number 1. Oh, by the way, Shark is completely trolling. Some of the clips I want to show, like I don't really know what Shark is doing all the time. He just like let's just not push Shark on someone like Kadita. I'm just kidding. Shark actually, to be honest, this is NACT, right? I mean, they're gunning at full worlds. This is opportunity. There are a lot of scrim opportunities. You should practice a lot of characters, right? Like the Novaria, the Kadita, the mage support. It shouldn't be that. It's actually standard. It's good. But on stage, this Kadita, in this performance, 160 was seen as many clips, is not it. But I want to say the juggle of aggro here by the entire set of TOB is quite insane. Right? After BTK got 2 kills. Chicken engaged, and it seems like he didn't tell his team. And sure enough, because he didn't tell his team is not really following up right away, right? Chicken's on his own for a little while, and then BTK missed the primal opportunity to follow up. And after that, they still kind of stayed here a little bit longer because ISO thought he can get a kill on Zia, which didn't work. But look, they overstayed their welcome. 2 people is on Lord, and 3 people is invading. One more time for characteristic BTK, invading on their own and completely, utterly destroyed. And by the way, look, ISO did okay with Flicker doing quite a bit of damage, but the aggro, the CCs, you know, from the entire side of TOB, the juggling is really good. Mielo, not afraid of anything. I think this is definitely a rising star for the side of TOB as well. Mielo has demonstrated tremendous amount of skills, mechanic, and macro, also just attitude in the game. So kudos to TOB for picking this nice player up. Let's take a look at this second clip. This is a TOB one more time making a mistake and Shark being cringe. It's supposed to be highlights from Zia, but I want to show the mistakes from TOB first. Let's take a look. Hoon walks up, getting completely ulted by by Bodge. He walks up to a Franco, pretending that you're gonna be fine. First of all, he didn't copy any ultimate, right? I think he tried to copy Yato's ultimate as he's walking up, but forget what about this? This is just TOB's standard mistake, which is that their players completely zoning out like, I don't know, bots. They just move up like bots. They have a single, laser focus, and then it kind of destroyed them. So let's take a look here. Yeah, obviously he got destroyed. And then Shark comes in and just died, right? Not able to do anything, and then BTK made a comeback. This is in game 1, but obviously, thank to the fact that TOB does have Zia that saved them in this game. If Zia wasn't there, obviously this game is just not going to go the way it is. So BTK easily got a triple kill here because of the mistake that Hoon committed initially, right? Let's take a look at the next clip. This is where really Zia shined, right? Obviously, Hoon and Shark zoned out, completely died before the fight even begun. And let's take a look. BTK, best player went a little bit too early, get himself completely shredded, died. But this is where Zane, I don't know if it's being a little bit old now. I'm just kidding, I love you, Zane. So his problem was, look, his reaction time is definitely much longer now. Check this out, right? You can see Zia coming in. At this point, Zane still have the retry, right? He does have the retry. He can use it. He saw Zia coming in, right? So if this was Zane Primo, the monkey Zane, the kind of Zane, he would have retreat. But instead, they kept on going at it, and he didn't even use the retreat. And it just got taken away by Zia, and obviously Zia made an incredible play here. So auto attack, flicker, dodge a hook, and a trade auto attack. Look at the lifesteal. Oh, that's insane amount of lifesteal. ISO didn't even know how he died. But obviously, this is Zia popping off. And then sure enough, entire BTK is on retreat, and everybody's tilted. So, Dave saying Zane's. I think Clipper's going to just clip that. Dave saying Zane's old. No. When I say old, I mean like veteran. EML, right? But definitely you can see he's getting a little bit zoned out as well. Let's take a look at top side. The Shark and Zia connection here, setting up the play. Is this flicker needed? I don't know, right? But they definitely went on beautiful ultimate. Beautiful positioning, right? Exactly know where he lands his ultimate. Pinned ISO onto the wall, and ISO couldn't even move. He couldn't even move because he's just completely zoned out by the ultimate. So really good play from Zia there. Let's show the last team fight ever. Sharks engage here, did a really good poke on the bot, and he walked backwards, right? Into this bush, and I'm pretty sure he's calling the team to do it. Here, his enemy team is already cramped up. If I was Shark, I would have engaged here already, right? But he's thinking, Shark is at this point late game in a lot of games. I see him zoning out also. This is like a problem that exists on a lot of the TOB players. Look, just completely zoned out here. He could have just ulted, come into this position and start ulting. But yeah, he waited for a long period of time. Look how long it took him to think. Now finally ulted after best player already died. It took him a while to think about this. When they cramped up for a long period of time, this is a great opportunity for him to ult, but he waited for 2 seconds total. That's a too long of a reaction time. Even though in the end it was a good ult and landed on 3 people, and that offered Zia a huge opportunity to just did insane amount of damage, and also pinpoint accuracy. Focus on Zane first, take away the retry, and then turn around, focus on the Lord. use the minion attack, right? That might sound too basic, use the minion attack, but it actually worked out. So big props to Zia for doing that. I just want to say, guys, moving into the second stage, the fight has just begun because, again, now the team's goal is just making it to the playoff TLA. Whoever wins, we'll find out in LA, right? So this is your chance to like, subscribe, and turn the bell on to all notification bells so you can get the most updated news in the mlbb NACT analysis. So you can stay up to date, and see who's going to progress faster, learn faster, correct the mistakes better, and make sure to share this video with all those players so they can watch it and maybe hopefully correct those mistakes, coming to stage 2, coming to stage 3, and hopefully in the playoff and show us an incredible match. With that, Sunday signing off. Love you guys. We'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you, just the thrill of it.